Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Matthew Parker. I'm going to give you a little tip that we've been using here with a high degree of success using the 5-point scale from Carrie Dumbron. This is really simple to make. It's just cut out pieces of construction paper with some Sharpie marker, glued together, laminated. Got a nice 5-point scale. You can make them big, so that's helpful. And then the other materials that you need are a thinking bubble. And this is just a Google image search with a red highlighter. We got a couple different strategies. We got magnets on the back, and we also have clothespins on the back as well. That way we can clip them up and down on the 5-point scale. So we got our thinking bubble, and we have our talking bubbles. And again, the talking bubbles, we have clothespins on the back so we can clip them up and down. So the concept is showing kids sizes of problems and sizes of reactions. We use the thinking bubble to show the size of the problem, because if you think about it, a thinking bubble is meant to be where there's no words coming out of your mouth, and oftentimes that's where our problems are. They happen inside our head. So we use the thinking bubble to represent the problems, because we want to get the kids in the mindset of thinking about their problems before they react, because the reaction for the most part is something that's visible, that people can see happening around you. A talking bubble here, how we use it is where everyone can hear what you're saying. So a thinking bubble represents problems, a talking bubble represents your reaction. So we'll go with something like this. Let's say we're going to do an example and we're going to say to the kids, I'm taking a spelling test and my pencil breaks. How big is that problem? And what we're going to hopefully do is be able to coach them down to say, a pencil breaking during a spelling test is a small problem. However, my reaction to my pencil breaking during the spelling test is that I rip my paper. And that's going to be a bigger reaction. Ripping a paper is probably somewhere between a 3, but more than likely a 4. And then you can say the phrase to them, our reaction was bigger than our problem. And whenever our reactions are bigger than our problems, we always end up with more and bigger problems. So my pencil broke, and that was a small problem. My reaction was that I ripped my paper up. Now I have another problem, because now I got sent out of the room because I ripped my paper. Yeah, that's right. I got sent out of the room because my reaction was way bigger than my problem. But then the concept that you can get using this method is, if you got a kid that's a reader, you can write on the thinking bubbles and you can use it to track their incidences. Or if you got a kid that's not reading yet and you have the time to do it, you can put pictures of their problems and pictures of their reactions, and then you can stick another picture of their problem. And that's something that you can do if you have a repeated incident that's occurring, is just get those pictures and actually glue them in to give them that visual representation of what it works. But again, the whole concept is getting the kids to be able to judge the sizes of their problem using this 5-point scale as a method, having them judge the size of the reaction, clipping thinking bubbles up and down like that. But then the most important part that you're able to get using this clipping of the thinking bubbles and reactions is you can get to the concept of, whenever my reaction is bigger than my problem, I end up with more problems, and my first problem is still there. So trying to get them to understand that by having a big reaction, it's never going to change their first problem. That first problem is still going to be there for them. So that's how we're using the 5-point scale with the clippable thinking bubbles and clipping the talking bubbles as well.